How about that? Of all times to actually have the satellite feed interrupted by the hamster running our wheel dying. That hamster has been fired. Anyway, so let's go back to the questioning. I'm sorry, Pat, it was. You are questioning contestant number 3. Go right ahead with contestant number 3, please.
Well, that was just all spooky how it got dark in here. So contestant number 3, I used to go every summer. I had a wonderful time going to the lake, Chickawangas, with my family, and we would just, hang out and things. Is there anything special that you used to do as a child for like vacations or holidays with your family?
Oh, honey, back in my day, we used to just get together really in person. We used to have parties in our backyards, and the neighbor. I remember the Nelsons. They would bring the hot dogs, and Mrs. Nelson had just a wonderful little potato salad recipe that she never gave to me. She took it to her grave. So that's what I did. But honey, I don't know why we have to use this application. You taught me how to use FaceTime on my phone years ago, and it was fine. But now 2020 rolled around, and we have to use this application. I don't know why this is.
I don't know why either. It seems like you're somewhere else. Okay, contestant number 1. I've always imagined that when I found that special someone, that we would go on just the most magical of dates. And it would be, I would know at that moment in time they were that special someone. In your mind or your idea, what is that perfect date?
Well, it kind of seems strange coming from someone as important as me. But before I achieved this great success, I had an unusual job, and it gave me great joy. And I would like you to experience that. And so I would take you to this very special place. We would lie down on these very comfortable little beds, and I would just insert some tiny little needles just right around your temples, a little bit on your forehead. Oh, it's extraordinary. You look like you have tension there. It will melt away. So I would love to give that to you as a gift.
Oh, okay. That would be a horrible date for me. I'm afraid of needles, but that's okay. To each their own. So contestant number 2.
What up?
Yes, you are a lively one. Contestant number 2, I was just imagining that if we could go someplace, let's say that we were going to take the weekend away, someplace, and just get away from all the folks and all the peoples. Where would you take me? Maybe someplace special.
Bermuda, Jamaica. Oh, I want to take ya. I got 2 tickets to Sandals, Jamaica. Come with me. I'm gonna leave the whole practice behind. I'm gonna stop kicking and teaching to kick and chop. Instead, we're gonna go to Jamaica, and I'm gonna lather you up in oil. I'm gonna touch you all over. Sorry,
well,
I'm sorry. It's just I feel like that'd be a second date thing.
Yes, well, it started good and then went downhill real quick. I just want to throw that out there. So, contestant number 3. Now, I consider myself, maybe you and I have this in common. I'm a little old-fashioned. And so I've always imagined that if someone was going to love me enough to want to propose to me, that they would ask my father for permission first. How would you imagine that conversation going? You communicating with my father for his blessing on our wedding. Interesting. That's good. Yes. My father doesn't like. He's a man of few words as well.
I think you might have your mic muted. You want to go down to the toolbar and just open up the toolbar.
Honey, how did I get a mustache? I don't understand.
I just assumed that was yours.
No, I don't have a mustache. No, listen,
sure?
honey, you're talking about this marriage stuff, and I just don't think there's much reason for us to get married right now. Back at my retirement community, I can just date around, and it's fine, and there's no need to get married because we've already been married. Most of us have, and damn it, now I have a hat. How is this happen? Honey, I don't understand how to use this application, honey.
That's obvious. Wow, I've got one final round of questions, and I'm going to need it because right now you're all equally losing. Contestant number one final question for you, and this has to do with the future. I'm wondering if we were to say get together and have a relationship, where would you see us in 5 years?
Well, much of that would depend on whether or not I'm reelected, because obviously in 4 years you could very well be my man of the house, if you will. If not, if the voters, if there's a vote fraud, then perhaps you and I could just get out of this country altogether, and I don't know, a beachfront perhaps.
Yes, just not sandals. Okay, contestant number two, I've got one final question for you. This has to do with children. I've imagined having a couple. Have you given much thought to children and maybe names or something that you might want to give to them? Have you given that much thought?
Absolutely. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to have just 1 million kids so that they could all be my friend and no one could ever say no to being my friend. And I could teach them all to fight, and do the slanty eye guy punch kicks. It's what I call them. People don't like you saying that much anymore, I guess. So maybe a PR, HR problem there. But that's just who I am. Take it or leave it.
Yes, I'll probably leave it. Okay. Contestant number three, I have one final question for you, and I can see that you're as confused as ever. And this just has to do with gifts. If someone's going to give you just that gift that would just be perfect for you and just help, and you would just love it and cherish it forever, what would that gift be? Because I'm thinking about maybe wanting to get it for you.
Well, honey, my grandson said it was pronounced GIF.
Yes.
And every time he messaged me an iMessage, he sends me a GIF. So you're saying it with a hard G, but listen, honey, I'm using this application. I was just checking the weather, and now I'm wearing a flower crown, and I can see the 7-day forecast. But how do I change it to where I can see the news again? I want to watch Fox News, but for some reason, I'm just surrounded by this little yellow square whenever I talk, and now I don't know what's going on. Okay.
Yes,
Things
I
are
don't
just
think
happening
anyone does.
around me, and I was watching this movie earlier, and I just, honey, I don't understand how to use this application. Please just hang up and FaceTime me like we used to do.
Yes, well, that won't take long. Okay.
Well, unfortunately, that is getting down toward the wire and everything. And before our next hamster dies of starvation, we're going to need you to go ahead and take the information you have chosen to choose a loser.
Yes, well, you use that word information very broadly. I don't think I learned a lot from this. So the second batch for number one, the old one, who was really contestant three, I don't think I want contestant three because contestant three may not last long enough. I'm a very vigorous person because she's somebody's grandma who just can't understand how to use Zoom.
Yes, basically.
Okay. Some old lady is Zoom deficient. Now, I don't want contestant two. Mainly because of I'm still trying to figure out now I know it's probably some kind of karate instructor or Taibo instructor or something, but also are they like an impressionist or they have multiple personalities or something?
Well, sorta. They
don't have a lot of friends. They're trying to be
impressions.
Yeah.
They're known for doing impressions.
I'm definitely doing impressions.
Robin Williams? I don't know,
but I can do him too.
Much less
I can do them all.
than that.
A very bad impressionist?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, some people would say that about me.
And very inappropriate in an office setting, too. In an office setting.
I get in
Steve
trouble
Carell?
But the character?
So close.
Michael Scott.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Gotcha.
yes.
Gotcha. Yes, so I wouldn't have given. That's good. That's fine. Michael Scott is the karate instructor. Or whatever. It's okay. That's good.
Yeah, I know the karate instructor was put on
Now,
top.
I think I will have to by default choose contestant one because are you Kamala Harris as an acupuncturist? Acupuncturist?
Well,
but Joe Biden as an acupuncturist?
the first female president.
Oh, the first female president?
Who
So
was
basically Kamala Harris.
Yes.
Okay. So yes. Okay, good. Then I'll choose you. All right. Well, that is our show, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys had fun tuning back in to the end of our final game, which, if we were going to mess up at any point, the end might be the best place for it to go out instead of the middle. But I hope that's got to be our new screen grab for CGI there.
So good.
I hope you guys had a good time for watching our show here tonight. Our little Saturday night fun here. So I want to say a thank you to our cast that we had here tonight. I'd like to give a big thank you to Melanie for playing here tonight. A big thank you to Gabe, Patrick, who his character wasn't very far off. He just tends to be a little Zoom deficient there. And, of course, the guy who makes all this magic happen and sometimes has to bring it back to life and resuscitate it, our Hostmaster General, Chad. So, Chad, are there any outgoing announcements or anything that we need to know? I know we're running a little long, but any announcements or anything that we need to make?
All right, let's go through it very, very quickly, and thank you guys for hanging on through the technical difficulties here. Stab Comedy rated us with a party of 5. Thank you so much, Stab Comedy. Patrick Lynn, thank you for your support. Whiskey, I'm Needy OK. Eagle Panini, thank you guys so much for your support tonight. And guys, once again, be sure to catch us every Thursday and Saturday and Tuesday. Tuesday, we have a very special guest coming, a really good friend of mine, into the Jackbox stream. Really want you to check that out. And be sure to follow us on social media for all the information on our upcoming charity show. So, with all that being said, let's get to the business real quick of doing the title of the show, which I kind of lost the notepad that I was taking all that down on due to the stopping. But during that last scene, I was able to go back and get most of them. So if I missed yours and you really need it, please go ahead and put it in the chat now. But what I do have is the Winking Kitty, or as Chris likes to call it, the Freaky Whisker.
I forgot about that.
Entrepreneurs. The ears kind of look like her boobies. Animalistic cloud copulation.
Yeah.
Cloud Bunny crosses the Rainbow Bridge. Cloud porn.
That's actually pretty good.
And begging for Bunny. If there was one I missed, I do apologize. It was unintentional, but we did have technical difficulties that shut literally everything down, so bear with me on that. Go ahead and put it in the chat last minute. But meanwhile, what do you guys think? Oh, a last minute suggestion. The Winking Kitty, a.k.a. the Frisky Whisker. Or the Freaky
That
Whisker.
Works.
Yeah.
You can put both of those together.
I like having those two.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So RM Little with the last minute save. Good job on that. The Winking Kitty, a.k.a.
And then in a parenthetical, you put a cloud porn.
Cloud porn.
That's really
A
good.
Richard Grieco production.
Who is an entrepreneur. But anyway.
He is an entrepreneur, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I also know we
All
got
right.
something involving a teat, but yeah. Good times. But hey, thank you guys so much for all that, and we really, really do appreciate being able to make you laugh. It is our greatest privilege to do so. With that, turning it back over to Chris.
I was just going to say thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys check us out next week. We've got our special event show, our Christmas show coming up Saturday, as well as the end of our contest. If you haven't gone there, go to chaoticgood.com/contest to win some extremely valuable prizes that you can only get in this location. And I think it's it. So with that,